Neymar comes off wearing number 100, suffers new injury and cries on the pitch. Onana to leave. Manchester United buys new top goalkeeper. Confirmed, Carlo Ancelotti to leave Real Madrid next week. Rashford to PSG. All of this and more in today's episode. Hey everyone, welcome to our roundup of the top football news. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. If you've already subscribed, let's get started. The situation surrounding the goalkeeper position at Manchester United has become one of the most discussed topics this season. Andre Onana, who joined the club with high expectations for €50 million, has not lived up to them due to numerous mistakes and inconsistent performances. Bosnian goalkeeper Altay Bayındır, who was supposed to be an alternative, has also failed to provide the necessary level of reliability. Against this background, Sport Bild reports that the Cameroonian is wanted to be replaced by 22-year-old Eintracht goalkeeper Choos Santos. He looks like a very promising option, as the 22-year-old Brazilian impresses with his reaction, aerial ability, and ability to read the game. In the current season, he has become a key figure for Eintracht and has made a significant contribution to the team's progress to the quarter-finals of the Europa League. However, his transfer is not a simple matter at all. Markus Krösche, Eintracht's president, has stated that he does not want to sell the player, and only a serious offer, which is no less than €60 million, could change his mind. For Manchester United, this is a considerable sum, especially considering the need to strengthen other positions. But it is already quite clear that Onana has already annoyed the Red Devils management with his constant blunders, and selling him to Saudi Arabia for 25 to 30 million would be a great solution for MU. And then Santos is needed. In my opinion, if United can agree on a transfer, it could be a long-term solution to the team's problems in goal. Choos has all the qualities to grow into a top goalkeeper, but the question is whether he can adapt to the high-pressure and fast-paced style of play in the EPL. What do you think? Should Manchester United risk investing such a sum in a young talent? After Athletic's entry into the Europa League semi-finals and Lazio's sensational elimination by Bodo Glimt, Spain has officially secured a fifth Champions League spot for next season. UEFA has announced Spain has strengthened its second place in the UEFA coefficient table, and Italy will no longer be able to catch up before the end of the European Cup season, despite the participation of Inter and Fiorentina in the semi-finals. But Spain could receive another additional place in Europe's most prestigious tournament. This will happen if Athletic triumphs in the Europa League and does not finish in the top 4 of La Liga. Carlo Ancelotti, one of the most successful coaches in football history, is completing his second spell in charge of Real Madrid. According to Sky Sports, the Italian specialist will leave the club after the Copa del Rey final against Barcelona, which will take place on April 26th. The Champions League exit at the hands of Arsenal with a 5-1 aggregate score was a shock not only for the Creamy Ones fans, but also for Ancelotti himself. In addition, the loss to Barcelona in the Spanish Super Cup and a 4-point gap behind Barca in the league also indicate problems in the team. The Copa del Rey final against Barcelona is the last chance for the Madrid team to finish the season with a trophy. Ancelotti will try to leave the club on a positive note, but it will be a difficult task, considering the form of culés. In my opinion, the decision to change the coach is logical, because Real needs to find new dynamics and adapt to modern challenges. Xabi Alonso, who is being considered as a potential successor, could be an interesting option. Alonso knows how to work with young talents, but at Real he also needs to work with superstars like Mbappé, Vinicius or Bellingham, which is not as easy as it seems at first glance. And the question remains open whether the young Spanish coach will succeed. In short, hiring Alonso as the head coach of Madrid right now is very risky. What do you think about this? Marcus Rashford undoubtedly remains one of the most interesting figures in the transfer market this summer. After the arrival of Ruben Amorim at Manchester United, the English forward found himself out of the main team and was sent on loan to Aston Villa. There, he managed to prove himself, scoring 10 goals and providing 9 assists in the current season. These results have attracted the attention of clubs such as PSG, Chelsea and Bayern Munich, who are considering the possibility of signing the player. PSG's interest stands out in particular, as they have been monitoring Rashford for several years and may finally make a concrete offer. At the same time, Aston Villa is also interested in buying out the forward's contract. A move to PSG could be an interesting challenge for Rashford. The Parisians have ambitions to dominate in Europe, and Marcus could become an important element of their attack. However, adapting to a new league and the huge competition for a place in the starting lineup could become serious tests, and Rashford does not really like to compete for a starting spot. He prefers the unconditional trust of the coach and being a key player in the team. What do you think? Should Rashford risk moving to PSG, or is it better for him to stay in England? Jose Mourinho's return to Tottenham could become one of the most high-profile events in the football world. According to the Goal portal, the London club is considering the possibility of bringing back the Portuguese coach, as the current manager Ange Postecoglou is not meeting expectations, with the team only in 15th place in the EPL, and if the Spurs do not win the Europa League, the coach will be sacked. Mourinho already worked at Tottenham from 2019 to 2021, but was sacked a few days before the League Cup final. He currently manages Fenerbahce, but it seems he may return to England if Spurs decide to bet on his experience. The return of the special one is a risky but potentially interesting move. He has vast experience and is able to quickly change the situation in a team, but his management style does not always work in the long term. It's interesting whether Tottenham should trust Mourinho again. Liverpool has officially secured a new contract with Virgil van Dijk. The 33-year-old centre-back has signed an agreement until the summer of 2027, which guarantees his presence in the Reds squad for another 2 seasons. Interestingly, the contract does not contain any buyout or early termination clauses, and Van Dijk's salary will remain at £400,000 per week, making him the highest-paid defender in Europe. The Dutchman has always emphasised his loyalty to Liverpool, and although other clubs tried to lure him away, he decided to stay at Anfield. Since his move from Southampton in 2018 for a record €85 million, Van Dijk has become a key figure for the team, making 314 appearances and winning a number of trophies. Van Dijk remains one of the best centre-backs in the world, and his experience will be crucial for the team, especially in the transition period, as Al-Nassr plans a major squad rebuild in the summer. Santos hosted Atletico Mineiro in the 4th round of the Brazilian Serie A. Neymar came out wearing the number 100 on his back, which symbolized the number of home matches for Santos. The anniversary began luxuriously. The hosts gained a comfortable advantage, scoring 2 goals within 3 minutes. However, Neymar soon clutched his left thigh and asked for a substitution. Out of despair, the 33-year-old forward cried right on the field. Ney is a player with incredible talent and unique abilities that put him among the best footballers in the world. However, constant injuries have broken his career and prevented him from fully recruiting his potential. Santos, even without their captain, calmly held on to their first victory in the current championship, which allowed the Fish to gain 4 points and leave the relegation zone. That's it for now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Keep watching for more football action and have a wonderful day.